Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Thankful. Hello.
Check.
Hello.
Check.
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 Hello. Hello.
Check. 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 Check.
Check.
Check, check, check. Hello, check, hello, check.
Hello. Hello.
Check, check, hello, hello.
Check. Hello. Check. NAVSRIJAN, a cradle of learning, welcomes you to the climax after an awesome journey of witnessing Harry Potter visits Cambridge and through Boulevard d'Europe. It is indeed exhilarating to have you all with us today evening, and we feel deeply indebted to you.
We are privileged to have with us our chief guest, Shri V.K. Shunglu, Chairman, the DPS Society. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for so graciously consenting to be with us. We would also like to welcome Madam Shunglu and thank her for blessing us with her presence.
We welcome our guest of honor, Ms. Namita Pradhan, Chairperson, Managing Committee, DPS Faridabad. Your presence, ma'am, has added more meaning to the occasion and has made it special.
We welcome our PTA members, principals from reputed schools, parents and grandparents.
A great thinker once said, and I quote, "Those who carry the torch of knowledge pass it on to others."
NAVSRIJAN ignites the young minds, and year after year, the incandescence of the torch of knowledge brightens the path of our learning.
We now request our guests to light these candles and bless this festival. We request our principal, Mr. Anil Kumar, to usher the guests towards the lamp.
We thank thee each morning for a newborn day, where we may walk the fields of a new mown hay.
We thank thee for the sunshine and the air that we breathe, oh Lord. We thank thee.
We thank thee each morning for a newborn day, where we may walk the fields of a new mown hay.
We thank thee for the sunshine and the air that we breathe, oh Lord. We thank
The
thee.
blessings of God, we would now initiate the release of the brochures that compile the research work done by the students over a span of 6 months. May we now request our chief guest, Shri V.K. Shunglu, to release the brochures.
As you flip through the pages of the brochures, you will find that the booklet vividly describes the research work undertaken by students about the evolution of Europe and how it has impacted the world history.
Thank you. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. And our principal, Mr. Anil Kumar, has always encouraged us to do the same. May I now request Sir to address the gathering and share his vision.
Dear parents, children, it's indeed a pleasure to welcome Shri V.K. Shunglu ji, Padam Bhushan, Chairman, Delhi Public School Society, Madam Shunglu, Madam Namita Pradhan, Chairperson, Managing Committee, DPS Faridabad, members of the PTA, Mr. Varghese, and all distinguished people and members of the faculty. I feel extremely happy to welcome these dignitaries because their presence, by virtue of their presence, mere presence in a compound of Delhi Public School, Faridabad, or wherever it is, it adds value in terms of the experience. Yesterday, when I was talking to you, I said it's important to learn by yourself, but what you generally learn, you learn from the experience of your surroundings. And if you have such fantastic surrounding, the blessings from such learned people, nothing could be better. We extend a hearty welcome to you, sir. I request the August House to stand up and extend a hearty welcome by way of standing ovation and a thunderous applause. Since we are slightly tight on time, I won't exceed, but in nutshell, in a minute I'll tell you what NEP 2020 has talked about. DPS Faridabad, somehow by the grace of the Almighty, conceptualized the same in 2016 in the form NAVSRIJAN. Meaning by children will learn hands-on, hearts-on and heads-on. That is the basic idea. So the brochure which you have seen, a few copies, hard copies are there in the front row. The soft copy is there on the QR code, which you must people have seen across the school. So you can scan and you can read the entire details. I've only talked about one word, and the word is kaushal. And I've tried to define this word kaushal. हिंदी का शब्द है, इंग्लिश में मैंने यूज़ कर लिया है अपने इस छोटे से प्रेजेंटेशन में जो आपने अभी रिलीज़ किया है. And that says, K stands for knowledge, A stands for its application, S stands for speed. हम बात कौशल की कर रहे हैं, बात युद्ध की हो रही है. युद्ध योद्धा जीतते हैं, अस्त्र शस्त्र नहीं. So if you talk about K, A, U is understanding, S is speed, H is heuristics, A is ability, and L is logic. If all that is embedded, in the life of these children, by the time they pass out from here, I feel life is made. That's how the experiential program of doing things hands-on, hearts-on, and heads-on. And the term we have coined for the next year is N times 360 degree. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us to be better each day. We now present before you a melodious rendition by the members of the DPS Faridabad Musical Society that will take you on a lyrical journey where you can savor the compositions of Bernstein, Sondheim, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Antonio Vivaldi.
We
For that wonderful performance, I request our Vice Principal, Ms. Sangeeta Chakravarti, to share the journey of NAVSRIJAN that was initiated in 2016, and also the School of International Education, DPS Faridabad, that was started in April 2022.
Good evening to everybody. Thank you so much, Avin. Indeed an honor to have Sir, Ma'am, Namita Ma'am, Shunglu Ma'am. On this occasion, when we proudly announce 1 year of Cambridge, the younger of the two verticals which we'll be talking about. Exactly 1 year and the first ad went out. Now, when the children presented their Harry Potter, and that too when it was thought about that he should not be the usual story of the Philosopher's Stone, it should be Harry Potter visits Cambridge. The journey so far, this was the toughest. To depict a Harry Potter, a J.K. Rowling, and tweak the story on our own, that was the biggest challenge. Very beautifully done by Vandana Bansal and her team. I'm very, very proud of them. Regarding the curriculum, a lot of unlearning, relearning, a lot of training. But believe you me, we stand tall, we stand strong, even though it is humongous to be doing a EY1 right up to stage 9 and going for IGCSE. It is the vision of a lot of people and a lot of thinking, lot of hard working and lot of introspection when we went for that. And the team is grateful to Shunglu sir, Ma'ams sir for making this possible for us. Moving from there to somewhere where I have been 27 years, and these last 7 years of NAVSRIJAN, which was the platform which brought experiential learning to the fore for each and every child from class 6 to 8, 11 to 13-year-olds. So, whether it was space, whether it was the planets, whether it was India, whether now it is Europe, one has to prepare the children for the VUCA world. It is volatile, It is uncertain, it is going to be complex and very ambiguous. Post-COVID, we've seen that, we've been there, we are unsure. But our children have to be placed in a situation where they problem solve, they think critically. And that is what we at Delhi Public School, Faridabad, with this venture NAVSRIJAN bring out. So, what you see today and what you saw outside, whether it was the Musée d'Art, whether it was Stella Polaris, whether it was Heartfully Yours, whether it was any of those 8 arenas, music, art, dance, culture, history, we talked it all, whether it was the Phi, the golden ratio, or the Eureka moments. The children have worked, they have researched, they have put their heart and soul, because it is not just learning inside the classroom, it has to take place outside. It is with art integration, it is with music, it is with thought, it is with story. So when you learn Galileo's story, you understand physics better. You understand the reason of why heliocentric is going to be the way the world looks at the solar system. So you can teach it in the class by drawing a diagram, but this makes it different. Each child has prepared their own portfolio. Each child has gone through series of guest speaker programs on what they have displayed. Once that was done, they were also tested in the form of quizzes. The second term examination would have 10% composition of what they culminate today. 5% is going to be for the quizzes and 5% for the portfolio, whether it is digital or it's hard copy, which each child, 1,000 of them have presented. So, you may not find in the next presentation a storyline with a protagonist. You may not find that there's going to be a typical story with a happy ending or a tragic ending. No, this is research, and it's pure research. It is reminding ourselves that this is the way we need to understand the world. We make our students stronger when they step into the world. It is now a global arena for our children. So you cannot say the curriculum will be what we learn from our text. It has to be when they step into the world, they are prepared. When they are in India, they are prepared. Anywhere, they are prepared. So how do we do that? They have to know all the countries, they need to know the world, and they need to know how to converse and connect. So these are connections being made for the world, which will be a VUCA world for them. We are proud to be Indians, but at the same time, the world is where our children need to be. They need to be prepared. So thank you so much, my dear children, my mentors, 100 of them, with 1,000 teachers, how they have so diligently worked on. And I would like to thank the resource persons, whether it was the history or the geography or the music or what presentation you will see. Parul Garg is the one who has written down the script for something which is researched, and it talks about 5 nations. We could be wrong, but it is very well thought over, and the children's work is going to be displayed like the choir. Research work has gone into what they sing. It is now documented what they have researched on. They have not just sung, they have worked on it. They know what were the compositions of the time. They have presented 3, but they have worked on others. They have worked on Leonardo da Vinci's work. They have worked on Pythagoras. They have worked on what these people did to change the world. I thank them all. I thank my mentors. I thank Sir. I thank the society for allowing this to happen. Dear parents, you are very proud to be making these children who they are. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ma'am. May I now request our guest of honor for the day, Ms. Namita Pradhan, Chairperson, Managing Committee, DPS Faridabad, to address the gathering.
Chairman of the DPS Society, Mr. Shunglu, Mrs. Shunglu, principals of all the schools, and dear parents, teachers, students, everybody present here. Today's experience has been indeed very exciting. It's wonderful to see how children's horizons are being widened, how they get to learn about areas and things that they possibly never thought of while they were doing their course studies. So this is the new way of teaching. This is the new way of learning. And we are very proud indeed of Faridabad and the children and their achievements. Every time I come to the school, I am more and more amazed by how great the children are in this school, and really there is no limit to their achievements. It makes one feel proud to be an Indian when you see our younger generation, and the possibilities are endless. So all my best wishes, and may this school continue to grow like this with all your support and all the help of the teachers as well as the principal's leadership. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. May I now request our chief guest for the day, Shri V.K. Shunglu, Chairman, the DPS Society, to address the gathering.
May I pick up just one sentence which the vice principal spoke? And she said that she'd been here for 27 years. And I'm sure that she'll agree that there has been a tremendous transformation in these 27 years. What she didn't say was that the next 27 years would be even more outstanding. So we were here not going to talk much because we've become obsolete. And the generation which will take over from us, not from me, but from Anil Kumar and the vice principal and so on, they will be transformational in a dimension which we don't understand today. So I wish all the best to the school to succeed in this transformation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. History is lived forwards, but it is written in retrospect. The spirit of Europe symbolizes the unity, solidarity, and shared values of the European Union and its citizens. It highlights that despite differences in culture and language, Europe shares a common heritage, identity, and commitment to democracy, freedom, human rights, and the rule of law.
We now present before you a theatrical presentation, Majestic Europe, that showcases the spirit of Europe by depicting events and personalities that have contributed in making the continent what it is today.
So join us as we embark on an epic journey across time and across countries of this diverse continent.
Disclaimer: this theatrical presentation takes creative license while portraying real-life people and events. Guests are requested to put their phones on silent mode and remain seated during the performance.
It's amazing how the world keeps reinventing itself. I am the face of New Europe, a united entity of countries, standing together on so many issues, from health, climate, environment, to external relations and security, justice and migration. As enshrined in the Treaty on European Union, the Union is founded based on the values of respect for human dignity, freedom, equality, democracy, the rule of law, respect for human rights, and peace.
Hello.
Hello, bonjour, guten Tag. Who are you?
I am you. Well, I'm the older version of you. And I'm here to remind you of the lessons that the past teaches us. As the seeds of the future lie buried in the past. The past is knowledge and experience, while the future is hope and progress. As they say, those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Let me take you across ages, the pages of my history. But remember that time is fluid. Eras and eons can pass in the blink of an eye. I've seen revolutions in thinking, science, art, as well as world exploration. I've seen empires being built and then crumbling to dust. Heads that wore the crown now rolling around in battlefields. From me have emerged great artists, thinkers, scientists, philosophers, men of valor and of words. People who changed the course of history and impacted lives forever. Today I unveil my magnificence before you, so that you can see for yourself how lives and the world have been shaped by me. Let me take you to Greece, the cradle of Western civilization, which gave the world its first democracy. What days they were when man was close to nature. He worshipped its forces in form of gods. Here they are at the Pantheon.
I am Zeus, the king of all gods. I rule over the skies and also over Mount Olympus.
I am Poseidon. I control the seas, storms, and even earthquakes. My trident can change not just lives, but also the face of the earth.
I am Apollo, the sun, the source of all life. I am worshipped because I ripen the crops and enlighten the minds. I am also the god of archery, music and dance, truth and healing.
I am Athena, the goddess of wisdom, warfare, and handicraft. I am the protector of towns and cities. Is it any wonder then that the most famous city bears my name?
I am Hera, the protector of women. I impart confidence, resilience, assertiveness to my daughters.
I am Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Roses, swans, doves, and sparrows symbolize me.
We here represent all that need protection and care on earth. Honoring us through the ages is what humanity needs to remember. If you ignore our powers, nature and earth shall pay the price.
So, my dear, you understand that every individual is responsible. Every individual is a stakeholder. This definition of modern democracy emerged in ancient Athens. It evolved and expanded to become the most powerful force in the world today, which is the will of the people.
The will of the people. That is what most of the modern governments are based on. To think that ancient Greece was the first to honor it. जब डांस होगा
The church was becoming a great force to be reckoned with. At the same time, men of science were challenging many things that the holy books proclaimed. One such person was Galileo Galilei, who was a great inventor. His sun-centric theory challenged the dogma.
He who calls himself Galileo Galilei presented before His Holiness the Pope.
Affirm that the sun is really fixed in the center of the heaven and that the earth revolves around it is a very dangerous thing. Not only by challenging all the theologians and scholastic philosophers, injuring our holy faith by making the sacred scripture false.
Your Holiness, may I, in the name of God, ask you to explain the reason for the belief.
The Psalm 93:1 quotes, "Thou hast fixed the earth immovable and firm."
Do not hold, teach, or defend the heresy in any way whatsoever, either orally or in writing.
Scientific research and faith are not mutually exclusive. Study of the natural world promotes understanding and interpretation of the scriptures.
We pronounce sentence that the Book of Dialogues by Galileo Galilei be prohibited. You are hereby ordered to recant your foolish theories and submit to house arrest. We condemn you to the formal prison of this holy office during our pleasure.
What a pity that such a brilliant voice was silenced.
Galileo was warned to exercise caution, to declare his theories a mere hypothesis. Acceptance of new ideas and opinions take time, especially when they challenge old and long-held faith.
Today, he, along with so many others like him, are revered and appreciated for their contribution to science. Together, they have nurtured the spirit of curiosity and of adventure.
Speaking of adventure, we now move to Spain. born in Italy, is preparing for a grand voyage.
I know such a man. Christopher Columbus, wasn't he? The captain who boldly went where no one had ever ventured before. The land we now call America.
Hola, Christopher. Hear me out. Why do you want to leave this fair land, your motherland, and put in danger your life and that of your crew?
Why do you seek a shore far away from your own?
I'm struck with wanderlust, the craving to explore, to discover, and to learn. I have heard wondrous tales of the East, of riches and of mystics, of valor and of wisdom. I want to know about those lands, the treasure they contain, the people who live there, and their view of the world. I'll go to ask King Ferdinand for his blessings to seek a brave new world.
Woman born free and remains equal to man in rights.
Senor Columbus, I know that men like you are really passionate about making their dreams come true. But remember that your banner is that of Castile. So respect it and never forget about its glory. Go ahead. Godspeed.
कंटिन्यूसली मुझे मारी जा रही हो किसी ने कहा
Godspeed, Columbus.
Columbus discovered America, a new land which emerged as a new nation. Its people stood up for themselves. Their struggle to become the land of the free, setting an example for the entire world. The echoes of the American Revolution started spreading to France, which was reeling under the reign of Louis XVI. When peasants cried for bread, Marie Antoinette said,
"If you don't have bread, why don't you eat cake?"
The consequent uprising established the tenets of equality, liberty, and fraternity. Feudalism lay in tatters. The democratic principles were adopted as the Declaration of Rights of Man. From strife and struggle emerged a new written constitution based on the values of equal rights, freedom of speech, and representative government. Social reformer and playwright Olympe de Gouges.
Woman is born free and remains equal to man in rights. Social distinctions may be based only on common utility, but the law should be the expression of the general will. All citizens, whether men or women, should take part, in person or by their representatives, in its formation. It must be the same for everyone. All citizens, being equal in its eyes, should be equally admissible to all public dignities, offices, and employments, according to their ability, and with no other distinction than that of their talents and virtues, not their gender.
No. Have we forgotten the Greek goddess Artemis? She was the first female astronomer to be ever recorded in ancient Greece in 150 BCE. Greek astronomer, mathematician, and philosopher Hypatia became renowned as a respected academic teacher, commentator on mathematics, and head of her own science academy.
7.
Gutenberg's invention, the printing press, enabled people to share knowledge widely and faster. Civilizations never looked back. Knowledge is power, as the saying goes. And the invention of the new mechanical, movable type of printing press helped share knowledge more widely and faster than ever before.
But wasn't it the same land that later saw a world-changing upheaval that shook the entire world?
The clouds of darkness soon enveloped my brilliant azure skies. What a gloomy and violent time it was! What devastation and destruction! Boundaries were drawn and redrawn, changing me and my appearance completely. The German fatherland was divided into two, a wound that also cleaved my heart. But the human will is very powerful. It's prevailed, as did the hammers that brought it down. Now down came the wall, barbed wire and all. Finally the time had come for the Berlin Wall to fall, and the lands of poets and philosophers soon stood tall. With the fall of this bastion, the sun rose on a new, unified Germany. And now to the empire where the sun never set. To England, where the parliament is in session.
Westminster has been the center of power for over 900 years. The modern British Parliament is one of the oldest continuous representative assemblies in the world.
Ours is a thriving democracy. But we still have a monarch, a queen, and more recently, a king. The parliament began as the monarch's great council, and the central role of the queen at the state opening reminds us that it is still formally her parliament.
The monarch informs the members of for the session. The speech has, for a long time, been written by the government then in power and reflects its program. But every year, we still have the ritual of the Queen's speech, where she informs her parliament why she has summoned them.
All great institutions must change to keep in step with the values and aspirations of the people they serve. So too has the monarchy, reinventing itself each generation to remain viable in a changing world. Despite the huge constitutional differences between a hereditary monarchy and an elected government, the British system has brought it together beautifully, a preservation of heritage while embracing modernity.
My heart fills with pride to be part of such a rich legacy.
And mine fills with joy to see that the age-old values are being transformed to suit the modern world. I'm confident that the emerging Europe will continue to be a shining beacon to the rest of the world.
all for being a part of this wonderful venture across the land of Europe. The entire team that made this venture possible is on stage. This marvelous work has been a result of creative collaboration and a lot of hard work. Therefore, let's have a huge round of applause for the ensemble on stage. We request all those associated with this presentation to join the others on stage.
With this, we now request our Vice Principal, Ms. Jyoti Dhal, to propose the vote of thanks.
Very good evening to everyone present here. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks at this August gathering. Today is a very special day as the school has showcased two special events. The School of International Education has celebrated its first. Thoroughly enjoyed Harry Potter visits Cambridge. And the second site, that is the tree full presentation that we all platform new things in a very innovative and engaging manner. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest of the day, Shri V.K. Shunglu ji, Chairman, Delhi Public School Society, for blessing us with his presence today and always being a source of motivation for all of us. Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your time to be with us today. Ma'am Shunglu, thank you wholeheartedly for your benign presence. Sincere thanks to the guest of honor, Ma'am Namita Pradhan, Treasurer, Delhi Public School Society, and Chairperson, Managing Committee, Delhi Public School, Faridabad, for always being a part of all our celebrations and always motivating us. Thank you, ma'am. PTA members and our very own parents and grandparents, you are an indispensable part of all our celebrations. Thank you so much for having consistent faith in us and for your support. Special word of thanks for our revered principal, Mr. Anil Kumar, who is a guiding force for all of us. Sir is always having a vision, and his vision and motivation helps us to do the best in all our efforts. Congratulations, Ma'am Sangeeta Chakravarti, for executing his vision in such a wonderful manner and so skillfully. A big compliment to the team of teachers, estate department, and the supporting staff who have worked day and night to put up this show a mega success. Thank you once again, all of you, and 3 cheers to my lovely children. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Rightly said by Emerson, and I quote, "Our knowledge is the amassed thought and experience of innumerable minds."
And I believe this theatrical presentation gave us a chance to witness the evolution of Europe and appreciate its spirit.
This brings us to the end of the evening. Thank you all for joining us at this festival of learning.
We hope to see you again next year on a new journey and understand this world a little better.
Good evening, children. So you know what I'm going to say? Yes, sir. Are you sure?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
You don't know? No,
sir.
Pakka. God bless you. I am proud of you. And I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you. And so is the school. God bless you. Enjoy yourself for next 24 hours and see you in the school day after.